So we're going to be, I think I want to update this orthogonal middlestone match function to actually just be called orthogonal match, and we'll require it to take in a parameter of a specific column we want to check. So if we do a search for any time we did the orthogonal middlestone match, we just want to make sure we take out that middlestone. Do we do it upon a move type place? No, we don't. Okay. So let's just rewrite this function to handle the parameter. And it's this function right here, column. So right here, we'll replace this with column. So we'll go ahead and say column. I think we can do okay. So I believe we can do X to delete, insert mode, paste. No, just paste. Okay, delete overrides our yank. Dang it. Whatever, we'll just do. God damn it. Okay, we actually, since this was 2, this is actually column -1. And then this is actually just column. Then this should be column +2, column +1 actually. Shit, man. Okay, this should be column +1. How? Then this should be just column. Okay. So now when we call our orthogonal match, we have to give it which column to check, because we don't want to just check them willy-nilly. We want to check the middle first, and then only if the middle has an orthogonal match. And orthogonal match is just assigning a Boolean of our occupants to true. So it's checking our left side if we are, yeah. Okay, so we need to do a couple of things here to make this work for all of the occupants, because right now if we pass in a column of 1, or actually for a row of 1 when it's checking for a top match white, it would index a nil value and then crash our game. So we need to figure out how to get around that. So we can do some specific logic. We can say if our row is 1, come on, dude. If our I is equal to 1, then we can say this would only check, this wouldn't check above us, it would just check for a left, right, and a bottom. So let me see. Left, right, and bottom. If our I is 1, then we would say else if our I is 2. So if our I is 2, then we would check all. So if our I, not if it's 2, but because we need to check our all sides here, we can say if I is greater than 1, if I is greater than 1 and I is smaller than 5, then go ahead and check all sides, and then we would say else if I is 5, we only need to check we'd only need to check left, right, and above us. So right here, this is checking the left of us and the right of us, which would need to happen in 2 instances, but not all. So if you take a look at our conditional here, we check our left and right in every scenario. So we could just, at the beginning of our for loop, assign them, because that'll get executed on every line, every time. So we can go ahead and put this here. Shift O, and then puts this here. Okay, so the first thing we do in the loop is check to the left of us. And to the right of us, and if we have a white stack control and the corresponding is the same color, we'll change that boolean of that color. Okay, so yeah, we're checking for left and right matches on every row, which is good. But we want to populate our bottom boolean if that's the case, and our okay. Yeah, so it looks like we just need to check our bottom at this point, and then we would just need to check above us at this point. And then we just need to check our above and below us in this scenario. Because we're already, every time I is assigned or incremented in this loop, we'll already be running the left and right check. So then we'd want to see if we're going to run the above and below check as well, if our row is not the very top row and not the very bottom row. Okay. Now we can go ahead and say basically this, like, hey, if we have control and the one to the bottom of us is the same control, then change our boolean. So this is very similar to what we need, so we can just yank this. We can say here, we'll say puts to indent that. Okay, so if our column has stack control, then this is the bottom. So we're going to say column +1. Because we're trying to see if the one beneath us is a stack control of white, because we are trying to determine what our bottom match is. Now, if we have stack control of white, yeah, we don't need this. So yeah, this should just be the bottom. Yeah. So we're saying if we have stack control, then if the grid one beneath us has a stack control of white, then we're going to populate our field of bottom match with a white to be equal to true, which should be right. And then this next line is similar, because we can say the one beneath us is a stack control white as well, then we're changing our bottom match to be true, and then we need to say also here if our what we need this whole thing. Okay, that was my bad. So if the one beneath us is a stack control of white, we're changing the bottom match to white to get true. But if the one above us which would be a column -1, column -1, that, what is it? Yeah, so the one above us has stack control equal to that of a white. We can say grid at our, yeah, if the one beneath us is a stack control of white as well as us being a stack control of white, then we'd go ahead and say that our grid right here would be having a top match white being equal to true at this point. So just like how we're checking the one above us, or no, we're checking the one below us for a bottom match, and then we're checking the one above us to see if there's a top match. And then if we're the bottom row right here, we know we would say, I think we just need, if we would be control, then if the one above us is what we need to do here. So if we have it, then the one above us, which would be a -1, is white, then a top match we need to get true. And then so for the bottom row, then if the one above us is a stack control of white, then we're going to have a top match. I think that will get us across without crashing, because now we won't be indexing a nil value, because whenever we run our orthogonal match column, we need to give it, or orthogonal match function, we're limiting the rows it can check things in depending on the row. No, this is wrong. this is already wrong, because if we pass in a column of 1, well, actually we won't be passing in a column of 1. We'll only be passing in 2, 3, or 2, 3, or 4. Yeah, that's right. So we shouldn't index anything past 5 or smaller than 1. So we should, yeah. As long as we know not to pass in anything other than 2, 3, or 4 as a column argument to our orthogonal match function, we shouldn't risk crashing. And the first thing it's going to do is check either side of it. Yep. For a right and left match, and then it's going to, depending on which row it's on, it's going to check either beneath us or all around us or just above us. So I'm thinking now that we're running this, let's go to where we're running this orthogonal match right here. And we can just make sure that we're running this with right here with the middle column as default, because we're just checking for middle stack surroundings at the moment. And then we are running this middle lateral connect, but that's not really implemented just yet. But I'm thinking now we can go, let's print up these next 2 values here. I don't think we have 2 lines to print. Yeah, we do. We could fit 2 more lines on our debugging there. So let's go ahead and try. Okay, so we want to print up our top match and top match white, and then bottom match white. So B-O-T-T-O-M, oh yeah, right. And then we just need top match white, top match white, and bottom match white. And then give us the new debug offset, which is 8 and 9. And then maybe we can test it. So anything in our middle stone will now be getting bottom match, which right now it does have, what the heck? This is weird. It says we have a top match when that's incorrect. So I think our top match logic is just wrong. Would be here if the one above us, we'll see we're only becoming top match white if the grid above us has a stack control of white. And we are flushing values in our determined horizontal wind. See, this should be a bottom match, but it's not any. Yeah, this should be a bottom match because we have stone control and the one beneath us has stack control of white as well. So that should be a bottom match. For some reason it's not. Now it says it's a bottom match. So what changed? Oh, we're only... became a bottom match. No. Left and a top match. Why is it so wrong? So look, we have a left match and a top match for some reason. Then now we have a right match and a left match and a top and a bottom match, even though that's incorrect. Oh, we're checking the columns, not the rows here. When we ask for a bottom check, let me see. Yeah, we're doing only column arithmetic here. So if the one above us, yeah, so columns minus 1 would be left or right, but then rows minus 1 would be the top and bottom. So we need to fix this here. So we're checking if the stone we passed in at that parameter, if we're at the row of 1, we need to only check the stone beneath us for a stack control, and the stone beneath us would be a row of I plus 1 at the same column. And if that is in our control, then bottom match white is true. And then here, when we check for above us, here is below us, which is also wrong. This needs to be column, and this needs to be a plus 1 or below us for a bottom match. And then for a top match, we would be the same column, but 1 above us. So I minus 1 would be 1 above us. And then top match again, we need the same column, but 1 above us. Which would be an I minus a 1. And then now we can test that. Let's check for just a bottom match, which it is just a bottom match. That's looking right. And then now we have a left match and a bottom match, which is right. Now if we were to put a black stone on top of our bottom match, does that take it away? It should, because we flush it. Bottom match is now false. And then if we were to move the stone out, would it give us back our bottom match? And it does. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. That should be a top match now. Yes. And then a right match. Yes. Now let's test to see if we crash. We're detecting a bottom match there, which is cool. We haven't crashed. We got the left match. And we got the right match. We can't have a top match, and we haven't crashed. So it's looking like that's working okay. We don't crash, and our match booleans are getting set and unset appropriately. So I think we have in place now what we need to do to run our lateral connect function. So now that we've got those booleans, now we're going to do some special things asking for the lateral connect, because now we can ask hey, we start at our highest amount of... We cycle through our middle stone stacks. We start at the lowest number with our stack control, and we check for a left match. Actually, yeah, I think we have to figure out how we're going to do that. We start with any of our stack controls. Then we ask if the one to the left of us is a left match, and we ignore it if it's not a left match, because we're trying to build a road from that left match to determine a horizontal win, at least for this half of the problem solving. So I think I know what to do going forward. It's just going to be a piece by piece thing. So we changed the name of our function. We limited our function to only doing stuff all the dark blue is what I added, which I wish it was kind of a bright green instead of that dark blue. Maybe that's a thing I can change. I mean, I know that's a thing I could change. Maybe I could track down how to change that to be a brighter color than that. I want it to be green to be like what I added. I don't know where that's in though. I don't know if that's in... I don't know where that code is in. Is it part of the color scheme? So yeah, we basically just made our orthogonal match function, just taken a column parameter now, and it checks the spaces and assigns our connect booleans appropriately. So we're going to be using that in our lateral connect function, I'm pretty sure. So I'm actually going to just commit, and we can say get at everything, saying occupant, no, what is it called? The function we just did was called, what was it called? Orthogonal match. So orthogonal match function now. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try to see if I can figure out how to change our get diff additions to be a green instead of that commented out color. Hopefully I'll figure that out for tomorrow. And then I added a kind of dither filter around the side of us over here, just because I thought it'd be kind of interesting. I don't know if it works all that well, but I might keep that around. Anyways, thanks for watching. Tomorrow we'll get some more stuff done.